let's welcome to the stage Madeline Ehrenberg. Madeline.
I'm like 5'5", sorry. So I like my dad a lot. We're pretty close. Hey. Surprise. So I can very proudly say I'm very much my father's daughter. Like, we're very similar. One of these ways, we're both big into sports, so you can often find us like being sad about the Red Sox together. And he was very integral to my illustrious youth soccer career. And a couple months ago, I was like 4 miles into a half marathon, and then I just hear, "Go Mad!" And I turn around, and there is my father on his bike riding up alongside me. And I learned that shortly thereafter, he was told he was not allowed to be on the course. But it was still nice of him. And then another way I try really hard to be my dad is he has this stark aversion to fruit in salads. Like, fruit salad, that's fine. But if you try to put a blueberry anywhere near, like, a piece of lettuce, he's not gonna eat it. Personally, I don't mind this combination, but when I'm around him, I avoid it. I pretend I hate it so he can be proud of me. But I think the arena in which we're most alike is probably music. So we both take lyricism like really, really seriously. Like, we get very into like the message of the song and specific rhymes. He'll talk about how Charlie Daniels Band put together Georgia and Rewardia for hours. He can go on about it. And we each have a really like broad taste in music, but we're quite fixated on one artist each. So he's 56 years old, born and raised in New Jersey, so I probably don't even have to say that he loves Bruce Springsteen. My favorite artist, just as timeless, just as classic, I love One Direction. I'm 18 years old again, just so it's not that weird. But this thing that he does is he'll get really excited about like one song, and then for 2 weeks, every single night at dinner, he will play it on his Bluetooth speakers. So when you hear like Big Jam Box is in pairing mode, you know exactly what's about to happen. And I always kind of give him a hard time because like it's funny. And so a while ago, he really liked this Dropkick Murphys Christmas song. And so I had to remind him, like, hey, heads up, Dad, it's February. Also, we're Jewish, but he saw neither of these things as an issue. And then he moved on to that, hey, it was Please Mr. Kennedy from the Inside Llewyn Davis soundtrack. And I tried to explain to him for a long time, this is the only song in the movie that's supposed to be not good. Didn't faze him. But I think his favorite out of all of these was probably, there's this acoustic mashup of The Ghost of Tom Joad and Do Re Mi that Elvis Costello did with Mumford and Sons, and like they're in a whole field and they have the accents. It's cool. It's really cool. But he was so into it. And one night I was making fun of him because he swore he only listened to it once a day, and that even though he works at Microsoft, he had no idea how a screenshot from the video ended up as his desktop background. And then he just stopped and turned the volume down. And he said, what? I like this music, so I'm listening to it. And that should have been super intuitive, but it really, really struck me. Because since I'm a massive fan of this boy band, this is a sentiment that I try to convey, like, on a daily basis. And what I was doing was I took all those times people tried to make me feel bad for, like, crying at their concert or, like, buying 2 copies of their same album or referring to them as the boys. And And I was reflecting that on him, which was neither called for nor fair. And in that moment occurred to me another song that we both really like, which is Sally Simpson by The Who. It's from Tommy. Basic synopsis: Sally loves Tommy and like wants to go see him preach, and her dad says no. So it's fine. Like, she sneaks out and runs on stage and gets gravely injured. Like, it ends up okay. But she had to suppress for a little bit something that she was passionate about because someone else told her that it was stupid and not worth it. And I realized I am so, so lucky because in the song, Sally's mother said, "Never mind, your part is to be what you'll be." And my father all my life has told me the exact same thing. So thanks, Dad.